Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another video here on the 10-year rebuild of the New England Patriots. That's right, it's episode number 5, year number 5 here in New England, and we are finally at the point where we're halfway through. This is the halfway point of the rebuild, and there's no more room for error. There's not a lot of time left. We haven't won a championship just yet, but we have been making some progress. We've been making the playoffs. We've been having somewhat deep runs in the postseason. So it's getting close to make or break. It's not make or break just yet. That's going to be around like season 7, 8, 9, and 10 probably. Maybe even 8, 9, and 10. That's make or break if we haven't won a championship by then. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that within the next 2 episodes at the least is when we finally hold a Lombardi trophy. We can count this 10-year rebuild as a success. The team is getting very, very good. I'm expecting Drake May to take another leap forward. Hopefully that's the case, and we will see what happens. If you go on to enjoy the video, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. I was going through my analytics recently, and I noticed that 80% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. That's pretty crazy. 80% of people who click on my videos and watch them are not subscribed. You guys are missing out. We got a lot of fun over here on the World of Juice channel. I upload every single day. You're never going to run out of content. I got content for days. So just do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Let's lower that number of not subscribed people down to maybe a 50-50 percentage. That'd be a lot better. I'd like that a little bit more. But without further ado, it's time to get into episode number 5, year number 5 of the New England Patriots 10-year rebuild. Let's go get a championship. Year number 5 is upon us. You can see our splits right there, 88 offense, 85 defense, 86 overall. We're looking pretty confident on paper. We need to take a next step up. That's just the case. We've got a great receiving core. We got Romeo Doubs, Demario Douglas, Keon Coleman, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker's down there as well. We've got tremendous receivers. We don't need to worry about that. We got a great running back in Ramondre Stevenson. We got a great quarterback in Drake May. We've even got a good backup in Joe Milton. We got a great offensive line with some good depth behind him with Fitzgerald, Douglas, Mitchell, Sidiso, and Byron. So we've got like replacements for everybody basically. We've obviously got a great tight end in Brock Bowers, and 2 really good ones here in Reed and Washington as the backups to him. So our offense is elite. And then on defense, we're getting better. We are very, 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 very solid. We did just get this guy, Michael Givens, who is just unbelievably studly. He's a top 5 player in last year's draft, alongside a guy who's not even on this board right now because we have such good depth at corner. We got a top 5 corner as well in the draft. We came away with 2 top 5 corners. This man right here, Jaquez Session, out of Oregon State, was a top 5 player in the class, and he's so good, and our corners are so good that he doesn't even get a chance to start right now because we have so much talent at the cornerback position. So in the future, we'll probably make some moves, move some corners around, free up some space to allow him to get some shine. But I like this team a lot. We just need to see some more growth from Tatum, from Bethune, from Corbett, hopefully from Uche, from Marte Mapu. And then the defense line, I'm expecting to get a little bit of growth. I'm assuming that Michael Givens is going to pass either Newton or Houston very soon, probably during the season. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming he's going to pass one of them pretty soon. Now, I did see a comment from one of you guys saying that I should switch to Dallas's offensive playbooks because the receiving core that I have put together here would work really well in Dallas's offense. Right now, last year we were running Houston offense with like CJ Stroud and them, but I'm going to switch to Dallas's offense and we'll see how good it does. I think I'm still going to stay in New England defense because we've got Gerard Mayo as the head coach. New England defense makes sense. But we're going to have Dallas's offense, hopefully that means that Drake May will have like a Dak Prescott type of season in terms of yards, not interceptions, I hope. but in terms of yards, he will throw for a lot of yards, and hopefully that means Demario Douglas, Keon Coleman, Jalen Polk, Romeo Doubs, all those guys get like 1,000 yards and dominate and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that affects the team. We'll give it a shot, and I will see you guys at week number 8 to try to decide. Actually, should we go to week number 8? Or should we just go to the end of the season? I'm not 100% sure. Let's go to the end of the season, and we'll see who dominates. If I decide to change it, then I'll see you guys at week number 8, but most likely it'll be the end of the season. So I decided to pull you guys back in for week number 8, just so we can go over like contract negotiations and all that kind of good stuff. It looks like the Dallas playbook's not helping us too much to start the season, but hopefully that turns around a little bit. We're 3-4 right now. The national focus, we have defensive end and outside linebacker as our strengths, but that's not the strengths of the class, so we'll just pick outside linebacker, I guess. That's totally cool. Let's talk negotiation. Let's talk contracts. Let's talk some money. Who needs a new contract? We have $20 million. Brock Bowers, Drake May, Christian Gonzalez, Keon Coleman, Shaden Elliott, Dion Hall. Okay, so a lot of talented players need new contracts, and a lot of players that we got in the first season are due for new contracts. Well, we obviously have to pay most of these guys, starting with Drake May. So if we start with Drake May, we can't even afford Drake May, which is $20 million in available budget. So you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to do a little bit of restructuring of them contracts. That's what's going to happen. But we won't do that until week 11. We'll wait until week 11 to do all that. Let's simulate to week 11. We beat the Falcons. That's nice to see. What about the Jets? Give me a nice little win over the Jets. Jets suck. Give me a win over them. There we go, 21-14, big-time W's. Let's get some more upgrade points for those guys. Now we play the Tennessee Titans. Titans suck. Give me a win over them. And that is, wow, big victory, 31-7. That's what I'm talking about. Dallas playbook's finally helping us out a little bit here. We're getting some big wins, but now we play Buffalo. That's not going to be very easy. They're 7-2, we're 6-4. So let's do some focus players first. Who's going to be good? Ooh, there's a top 5 receiver in the class. Hello, Jeremy Cloud, 6'5" possession receiver. He's not the most athletic receiver in the world, but he looks very good. I'm very curious. He's probably top 5, I would assume. There's also a possession tight end. If he was red zone threat, he'd be unbelievable. He still looks very good. But we don't really need a tight end. Unless I trade Brock Bowers and we take Kyle Phillips, I don't think we're going to be in top... At least I hope that we're not in top 5 quarterback pick, unless we draft or we trade up to get one. I'm very curious... Ooh, who's this? Zach Gore. Oh, that's a legendary name, especially for a linebacker. Oh, this man looks unbelievable. He looks freaking fantastic. Okay, we're definitely going to be targeting Zach Gore. That's my main target right there. He could replace... Tatum very easily as our starting middle line or our number 2 middle linebacker. Pretty simply, I would think. He looks unbelievably good. There's a lot of safeties in this class, a lot of corners. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it on Zach Gore, obviously, and then I'm going to use my other one on probably that wide receiver just because I'm super curious to see how good he actually is. And then maybe on like a center or something because you can never go wrong with some offensive line. But this center class is not very deep. We'll scout Ricky Doherty, but it's not a very deep center class. It looks like only 2 of them are going to get drafted. Very strange to have a center class, an auto-generated draft class that doesn't have like a bunch of centers that are very, very good. Okay, so let's talk restructuring of contracts so we can free up some money. So Christian Barmore is our most expensive player. We're going to move that back. We're going to do the same for Michael Onwenu. We are going to do the same for Demario Douglas. A lot of these guys we just brought back last episode. Romeo Doubs gets restructured. Josh Uche gets restructured. Ramondre gets restructured. And then we'll do Jalen Polk as well. And we'll save it for right there. That should have freed up enough money to at least bring back Drake May. That frees up $124 million. Beautiful. Oh, we're starting to lose faith in Drake May. He was green interest. Now he's on the yellow interest. But we're going to lock him up, and we're going to lock him up for the entirety of the rest of the series. There's only 5 episodes left after this, So if we get him for 6 seasons, then he'll be locked up for the entirety of the rest of the series, and he'll be our quarterback. So that is, boom, Drake May locked up. Brock Bowers, same deal. We're going to get him on the same contract length as our quarterback, and we will have him for the rest of the series as well. Christian Gonzalez, absolutely, but I'm going to give him a 7-year deal just because I like Christian Gonzalez a lot. And we are going to pay him a nice hefty chunk of change, and he's coming back. That leaves us with $58 million. We're going to get Keon Coleman back on a 5-year deal, so we don't have to worry about losing him. Ooh, so he does not sign on the dotted line just yet. Shaden Elliott will get him on a 4-year deal. That's a little risky, though, mainly because there's 5 episodes left. But he's going to come back to the organization. Dion Hall will lock up for 5 seasons. Hopefully, if he accepts this. He should. And he does. $31 million. We definitely want to get Conrad Buckner back on a nice little contract extension as well. $25 million. We'll get him back. Bada bing, bada boom. Cha-ching. James Houston's an interesting one, because we do have that defensive lineman that we just took last year, top 5, so, or maybe not top 5, whenever we took him. So he's an intriguing one. I'm not sure what to do with him. We're going to let Marco Wilson go because we have very good cornerback depth, so it's not like we have to have him. We're going to bring Gary Tatum back. And we are running under $10 million now in available budget, but I didn't negotiate or restructure all of the contracts that I could have. So we still have room to restructure a couple more guys. And then Tatum Bethune will be the final guy that we do right now, and then I'll restructure like 1 or 2 more guys, and that should free up enough money to bring back or to offer another contract to Keon Coleman. So we shouldn't have to add that much more money onto his already existing offer that we gave him. So let's advance to the bye week. Hopefully we get a W against the Bills. And, ooh, big victory. Only by 3, but that's a big victory. That brings us level with them. That's huge. That is absolutely huge to get that victory over Buffalo. Seems like Dallas's playbook is turning around. A little slow to the start, but it's working out. We have a breakout DB scenario as well. I wonder who it could be. Maybe it's Kamari Lassiter. Since he's got an upgrade point, who knows? All right, so let's restructure a couple more deals. We shouldn't have to restructure that many more. And funny enough, we're playing Dallas with their own playbook. That could be a loss. You never know. Team salaries. Let's go over here. And let's restructure some of these deals. So restructure Javon Baker's contract. Restructure DJ Turner's. And then get Marcus Jones pushed back a little bit. And then Cole Strange. All right, so that should be enough to allow us to offer our boy Keon Coleman. That leaves us with $42 million. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect, because I shouldn't have to offer that much more than what we already gave him. I'll give him $7 million on his signing bonus, and salary is $8 million, and he comes back. So that leaves us with $40 million. So at the end of the season, before we simulate to the offseason, I could still decide to bring back James Houston. I don't think I'm going to, but it's always a possibility. Who's this breakout DB going to be? It is Marte Mapu. That's actually really big. We wanted Marte Mapu to take that next step. He was sitting behind Kyle Duggar for a long time. We got rid of Kyle Duggar, and now Marte Mapu gets the start, and it's a 10-1 Cowboy team. This is not going to be easy to win. Ooh, maybe it was 38-7. We blew out the Cowboys with their own playbook, but I don't see any upgrade points for Marte Mapu, so that doesn't fill me with a lot of hope that he got it to superstar development. Oh, he did! Marte Mapu is superstar development. Let's go! That is huge. That is huge for the defense. Marte Mapu with superstar development is massive. Okay. So that's a big, big swing. I'm going to simulate the rest of the season. We will see if we make the playoffs. The Jags are 11-1, by the way. That's crazy. We'll simulate the rest of the season. Hopefully this Cowboy playbook keeps not letting us down and we keep dominating, but we'll have to find out. And Marte Mapu with superstar development is a massive, massive deal. Finishing up year number 5 regular season with a 12-5 record is not too bad, but also not ideal. I wish we would have won a few more games, but hey, it is what it is. We made the playoffs. We still won the division. The Bills had a very bad season at the end. They were dominating for a while, but they had a really bad season. We came back, won the division, made the playoffs. It doesn't look like Drake May is in the top 3 of the passing, so that doesn't fill me with a lot of hope. Ooh, but he did have 4,300 yards, so he didn't have that bad of a year. Dallas's playbook seems to work pretty well for Drake May. 4,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions with a 71% completion percentage. I'd say that is very good season. It's not going to be MVP numbers, but that is a very, very solid season for Drake May. That will show him progressing, absolutely. And Ramondre Stevenson still came away with 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. So the offense was not just a passing offense. It was very much a run game as well. And then 2 1,000-yard receivers, Romeo Doubs and Keon Coleman. I wish it would have been Demario Douglas, but hey, I like these two as well. 1,300 for Doubs with 10 touchdowns, 1,010 for Keon Coleman. Douglas had 800 yards. Brock Bowers had 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Okay. Defensively, Gary Tatum with 106 tackles. Okay, leading the team. I would have expected to be Kevin Corbett, but whatever. Corbett does come in second with 96. Gonzalez had 78. Turner 73. Tackle, wow, Newton had 19. The rest had 9 and lower. That's kind of crazy. Usually Barmore's right up there, but I mean, Jerzon Johnny Newton just dominated the tackle for loss, I guess, this year. Crazy. And he also led the team in sacks with 8. Uche had 7. 5.5 for Houston. Interception leader was Gonzo with 2, and then a couple guys had 1. The New England Patriot playbook does not seem to be as dominant as it could be for interceptions. There's a lot of other playbooks that get you a lot of interceptions, not the New England playbook. That's for sure. Starting the wild card game, 12-5 versus 9-8. We should be able to get the job done here, but you never know. 31-7, big emphatic victory. Now we play the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is going to be tough. Oh, this is going to be tough. Can we beat Jacksonville and go to the AFC title game? We can! AFC Championship, 31-28 over the Jags. Big dubs. We play the Chiefs, which is not going to be easy. And you know what? Since this is our first time and our first chance to get to the Super Bowl in this series, we're going to jump in and help the Patriots try to get over the Chiefs, because this is not going to be easy. Even if I jump in and help, it's not going to be easy. So this is going to be a tough, tough battle, but we got to get to the Super Bowl, man. We got to. I don't want to have to worry and think, oh, I'm not going to succeed in the challenge. I'm going to be a failure. I'm going to be a fraud. I don't want to think that. I want to think positive thoughts. I want to think defending champion thoughts. And to do that, we have to beat the Chiefs. It is a chilly day here in Kansas City to play the AFC title game against the Chiefs. But that's a quick 14-0 start. I like the way that started. 14-7. Come on, boys. 21-7. There's a lot of time in this football game for the Chiefs to come back and win. So there, we got to keep putting it on. As anytime we have the ball in offense, we got to keep piling it on against this Chiefs team, and it looks like we're doing that. 35-14 third quarter action. 38-14. I don't know if there's enough time. I think we might have done it, boys. Mahomes is fighting back. They got the 2-point conversion, but we scored again. They scored again. Oh, my God. This is a lot closer than I would have liked it to be. Score again or do something. 48-30. Survive. And the New England Patriots will play in the Super Bowl. For the first time in the post-Brady Belichick era. Drake May got it done. He beat Patrick Mahomes. Are we seeing the debut, the breakout of a new Patrick Mahomes, a new franchise quarterback in the NFL? We could very well be seeing, he even outplayed Mahomes in terms of just stats. We might be seeing the birth of the new face of the NFL right here. It went Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and now, hopefully, Drake May. I guess it's just a Patriot Chiefs back and forth. So whoever comes after, who's ever the quarterback after the Chiefs will be the next face of the NFL. But we do move on. That was not the way that I expected that game to go at all. But we play the Green Bay Packers. A rematch of the 1994 Super Bowl? When Brett Favre beat the Patriots and won? I think that was 94. It could have been 93. But I think it was 94. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's 2027 now, so that's long in the past. This is a new era. This is a new team. Drake May can get the job done and cement himself in New England Patriot history as the second greatest quarterback of all time. Because even if he wins like 4 Super Bowls, he's never going to be better than Brady. So Drake May can be the second best quarterback in New England history. If he gets the job done today, let's find out. Funny enough, this Super Bowl is taking place in Tampa, the site of Tom Brady's last Super Bowl win. So that's pretty interesting. The poetry there is pretty crazy. Can Drake May get the job done? 10-0. Now it's 10-7, 17-7, 17-14. Packers are a very competitive team, but remember, we have Romeo Doubs. So they won 16 games without Romeo. 24-21, Patriots lead. Get another touchdown, extend the lead, get the job done. There we go, 31-21. It might happen right here, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds remain. We get the job done, and the New England Patriots have won the Super Bowl. For the first time without Brady or Belichick, the Patriots dynasty is back. Oh, this warms the heart. I hope that we can see this in real life in a couple of seasons. Maybe even next year. No, it's not going to happen next year. But I hope this happens in a couple of seasons because I definitely don't want to be a fan of the Patriots when they're losing because it's not a fun time. Trust me. Oh, there it is. The Lombardi comes back to its rightful place. Number 7 for the franchise. And number 1 for that man right there. The new GOAT. The new face that runs the place. Drake May. He gets it done. Super Bowl champions. The New England Patriots. Oh, that feels good to say. It just rolls off the tongue. It's like you're reading off your birthday. It's just secondhand nature to say New England Patriots Super Bowl champions. Easy, light work. We get it done. The 10-year rebuild is now officially a success, and I have still, to this day, never failed a 10-year rebuild. We have always won at least 1 Super Bowl in every 10-year rebuild series that I have done on the channel. And it still continues today with the win here in this episode. We obviously get our contract extended. Gerard Mayo gets another championship, and we have done it. But now, if I simulate now, we will lose probably all this money that we have in cap room. So we need to make sure that we know that the situation that we're going to let Okafor leave, or Okorafor. Have I been calling his name Okafor? I think it's Okorafor, actually. I apologize. I think I've been saying his name wrong the entire time. He's going to be leaving, though, so I guess I shouldn't have pronounced his name correctly because I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Now he leaves. I get it right. Whatever. He's going to be leaving. Sean Tate, I just don't think is really worth it. He's only a 65, and we can probably get some better players at that position anyway. Same deal with Andrew Joseph. Marco Wilson I'd like to bring back, but we just have we have way too much cornerback depth, and all of them are probably better than him already. So he's going to leave. James Houston is the only one that I would consider bringing back, but I don't know because we have the top pick in the draft that's going to probably start this next season, season number 6, alongside Barmore and the other dude that we have play. I forget who we have playing there. So do I want James Houston? We brought him in. Was it the first episode or the second episode we brought James Houston? He's been here for a decent amount of time now, and he's now a world champion. Do I want to bring James Houston back? Maybe a 2-year deal. I'll give him a 2-year deal, and I'll bring him back. That leaves us with $30 million. Does Marco Wilson have any sort of value whatsoever? Could I get like a draft pick for him? Not trade. Daniel Jones in Tampa now is on the trade block. Where do we need to go? We need to go to corner. Does Marco... Yeah, he's the last corner that we have on the team now, so... Look at all this depth that we have at corner. And Sessions didn't even play. So maybe we need to move on from 2 of these guys. Maybe Kamari Lassiter and Marco Wilson. Because then that would make Sessions able to play. That would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 at Session. I'd be okay with that. So what if I trade both of these corners? What kind of value can I get? I can get Chris Wormley or Nathan Pierce. We don't need necessarily a running back. Can I find a team who doesn't have a lot of depth at corner? What team doesn't have that crazy depth at corner? The Eagles don't have great depth at corner. They have a couple guys that have development traits, but nothing that's too impressive. Everybody else has decent depth at corner nowadays. The Cardinals don't have crazy good depth. They also have Terry and Arnold. They don't have crazy depth at corner. So the Cardinals could be an option. The Chargers could be an option because both these guys are 77, 82 overall. So they'd both be starters over. That is a risky name to say. They are both starters over everybody else here except for these two. So I think the Eagles might be the best option, though. Eagles don't have a lot of depth. They need this badly. So we might be able to help the Eagles out by giving them two pretty good corners if they give me their first-round pick. They don't have any cap room, so screw you, Philadelphia. You don't get any help. I wanted to help you, but you don't have any cap room. But I don't think a lot of teams have cap room now that I'm looking at it. The Cardinals, they were a team that I was talking about, right? I mean, yeah, they could certainly use somebody. How about you give me Terrion Arnold and your second-round pick, and we call it a day. That's actually a lot closer than I expected it to be. Okay, how about you give me Terrion Arnold and your second-round pick, and I give you... Oh, that's right, I don't have my first-round pick this year. I traded it. I forgot about that. And we don't have our first-round pick in 2029. I traded that as well. And we don't have our... Oh, okay, I was going to say, hey, we don't have our our first-round pick in 2030 either. But we do. Trade declined. Okay. I don't have to have your second-round pick. But then again, I do. I do have to have your second-round pick. So, what do I give them? They need a D-tackle. But I have two D-tackles that I don't want to give up. Michael Givens is an X factor. The drafting god is here, ladies and gentlemen. I could trade them James Houston that I just re-signed. They need left outside linebacker help. I could give them Tatum Bethune. I might give them Tatum Bethune. I know we just re-signed him recently. But we have Dion Hall, who's basically the same player, and he has a development trait. I might toss in Tatum Bethune. But then they might give me another draft pick. How about you give me 2 second-round picks? Tatum's a little too expensive, especially with these two guys combined. So how about we do this? Tatum and Kamari Lassiter for Arnold in a second... Oh, no, 2 second-round picks. How's that? That gets to the yellow. But then what about if I throw in that third-round pick from 2030? Okay, that's into the light green. What about just the second and Arnold? Ooh, very close. A lot closer than I expected. Bethune, Lassiter in the 6th. Gets us Terrion Arnold and a second-round pick this year from Arizona. So we give Arizona another stud corner in Kamari Lassiter, and we get back a good corner in Terrion Arnold. But that allows for Sessions to move up the rankings a little bit, and we still have to get rid of Marco Wilson. No offers for him. That's okay. The Bills are in desperate need of a corner. Who's their cornerback room look like? I mean, they got 2 different guys that have superstar development, but they could use Marco in the short term. I know this is not great to trade against a rival, especially the Bills, but a third-round pick next season for Marco Wilson is fine by me. And that should be all the trades that we need to make. So let's get to the off-season episode. The off-season portion of the episode, I should say. Who won the awards? So Drake May gets Super Bowl MVP just like his predecessor, Tom. Dak Prescott wins MVP of the league. Hopefully that's Drake May in a couple of seasons because of the Dallas playbook. Doug Peterson, Isaac Pacheco, Jared Verse, Earl Gates, and Delonte Rose are all of the award winners. Okay. No Patriots, but that's okay. We're used to getting neglected for regular season awards. But we got to get to the good stuff here. We got to get to the re-sign period so we can accept the option on those couple guys. And then, obviously, we don't have any money in free agency because we spent it all moving money around, getting players back. So we'll get through free agency pretty quickly. Let's get to negotiations, though. We got to accept some options. So Marquand Evans will come back. Terrion Arnold. Oh, no. Taron Arnold, I didn't realize it was on the last year of his deal. I might have made a boo-boo. We can't bring any of these guys back. Everybody else is option. Taron Arnold, I think, is a free agent this year, and I don't have the money to bring him back. So it looks like we only got a second-round pick then. That's a little upsetting, but there's nothing I can do. I can't bring him back. I can't. There's no more money I can restructure, so... Or at least no more money that's going to make a difference. So Taron Arnold will go to free agency. Zay Flowers is here. Ooh, this is a good class. You got Jalen Carter and Zay Flowers. If you needed 2 stud free agents, that's them right there. That's a studly free agent class. This is actually a really good one. Roma Dunze's here. Tre'Davious White is here. Oh my God, this is a crazy free agent class. If I had money, I'd be spending it like crazy. That's a crazy good free agent class. Luckily, we just won the Super Bowl, so it's not like we're in desperate need of any talent. But that is a crazy free agency class. A lot of big-name players are going to be moving teams. The Eagles might be in desperate need of some D-tackle help now because they're going to be losing, probably, unless they fight for him, they're going to be losing Jalen Carter and Jordan, whatever his name is. Why am I forgetting his name? The other D-tackle. So Zay Flowers signs with the Rams. Carter signs with the Commanders, so he stays in division. Little risky there. Jordan Davis, that's what his name was. I can't remember. And they also signed Jamal Brown. The Commanders are going to be a threat. They signed a D-tackle and a defensive end. Jordan Davis hasn't signed anywhere yet. Man, we got to watch out for the Commanders next year. They might be in the playoffs and maybe even in the Super Bowl next year with that kind of defensive line additions that they made. Any other new additions? Jahmyr Gibbs is a Denver Bronco. So is Chris Jones. So he stays in division. Jordan Davis signs with Chicago, so he stays in division. What is with these Eagles staying in division? Or just every player staying in division? Oh my God. Oh my God. Absolutely crazy. It seems like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter were very hurt by the Eagles not bringing them back, so they signed in division to go play against the Eagles. Crazy. All right, private workouts. We're definitely going to figure out this wide receiver fully. But other than that, I don't really know. Oh, probably that linebacker for sure, Zach Gore, and then we might as well just do that center again too. He's at 85%. He could be pretty good. So we'll just do the exact same 3 guys that we did in the first go-round, and we'll find out the true talents of all those guys. Hopefully they're pretty good. I don't know I don't know if we have multiple draft picks. I think we only have the 2nd-round pick, right? I don't think we have a 1st-round pick. So I'm hoping that Zach Gore dude is not as good as he says he is, so that nobody else drafts him. He's a top 5 pick. Oh, we got to trade in the 1st round, don't we? I have to have Zach Gore. I have to. What about that center? He's a round 1 to 2 guy. And then what about the wide receiver? He's a top 5 guy. I mean, he looks really good. I'm not going to trade into the... I can't trade multiple times in the 1st round. What does Mock Draft 5 have to say? Please don't let him go too high. Make it easy for me. Oh, and it's Buffalo. Well, we're going to be calling Buffalo one more time. How am I going to get this pick? I can only trade draft picks. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. I might have to do a classic trade for the final pick in the draft and then just trade up 1. That might have to be my move because I don't have any 1st-round picks. I have 2 seconds. Maybe I can use one of them. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Oh, maybe not as tough. I mean, it's going to cost a lot. But it is somewhat possible. I'm not going to have any draft picks for the future, but we did it. So it takes our 1st-round pick in 2030. It takes our second-round pick in this year's draft that we got from the Cardinals. It takes a 2nd-round pick in 2030 and a 3rd-round pick in 2030 and then a 3rd-round pick in 2029. So we have, like, no 1st-round picks anymore. Or we have no draft picks anymore. I mean, look at this. Look at this draft capital, if I can go to the right thing, actually. Look at this draft capital that we have. We have, like, nothing. We have our 1st-round pick and the 2nd-round pick this year and our 3rd-round pick. But next year, we don't have a 1st-round pick or a 3rd. Then the year after, we start with a 4th-round pick. So we're going to be in some tight situations in the next coming years. Hopefully, there won't be any, like, crazy good players this year, or the next couple years. But I had to get that linebacker. That linebacker looks crazy good. So a left tackle goes number 1 overall. A right tackle goes number 2 overall. A right tackle goes number 3 overall. That's got to be the first time in NFL history that 3 tackles have gone the top 3 picks. Then a quarterback. Then that top 5 receiver, Jeremy Cloud, who looked really good, but I couldn't trade for multiple first-round picks. And it wouldn't make sense anyway. We already have a lot of great wide receiver options. Travis Wilcox, Deontay Hilton, Darius Phillips, and Ed Ward. Okay. So we're going to come away with that linebacker, Zach Gore. Legendary name, by the way, especially for a linebacker. With elite speed. Oh, my God, this dude is unbelievable. He's probably going to start right away over Gary Tatum. I mean, he just looks that good right off the bat. And hopefully that center makes it to round 2. I don't think he will. But he's around 1 to 2 guys, so we can hope for the best. Is he available? Is that center available? Please tell me he is. Please tell me he is. He is not. I didn't think he was going to be, but you never know. You never really know if he's going to be available or not. So I guess we'll just look for some other potential talented players, like this guy, Trey Gamble. Also great name. I'm going to take him. I don't need to see much more. He had elite speed. I'm a slut for elite speed. 87 speed, 90 acceleration. He looks like a stud. That's 2 great linebackers in this draft. And now we have to hit on our 3rd round pick because we don't pick again to the 5th round. So this has got to be a good pick. Any good corners? We don't really need any more corners, but Dre Lucas, only good speed. He could be solid. He looks like he's the best one left. Unless you go for this guy. Connor Christie, 6'5". Wow. He can press and he can play man, but he can't play zone. I'll keep an eye on him. Maybe he's our 5th round pick. Maybe he's our 5th round pick, but he's not our 3rd round pick. That's a waste. There's a couple day 3 guys at outside linebacker. Who's this guy? Taven Ford. Doesn't look all that great. I don't think I'm going to find any diamond in the rough, unfortunately. Maybe there's a wide receiver, Dalvin Smith. Only good speed. Not really feeling it. What about a running back? Kevin Callahan, 6'1". Ooh, elite strength. Okay. He's got ball carrying vision A, carrying A, break tag. You know what? I'm going to take Calvin Callahan. 92 speed for a power back is pretty good. And he can take the place of Trey Sermon. So I'd say 3 hidden development players in the first 3 rounds is pretty solid. And then we'll go to the 5th round. We'll look for that corner, that 6'5" corner. If he's not there, then I'll simulate the pick. If he is, I'll take him, and that'll be the last pick that we make. Is he still here? No, I think he's taken. Because Vernon Trapp was down below him. So that's okay. He gets taken. We'll simulate out of the picks. 3 picks made, 3 development trait players, and all 3 players I think can be pretty good impact players. Well, maybe not the running back, but certainly the 2 linebackers can be impact players. Because we just traded Tatum Bethune, so now we replace him with the guy that we got, and he has a development trait as well. We get an 83 overall Zach Gore. I knew he was going to be such a good player, man. Trey Gamble's a 73. Kevin Callahan's a 76, and then they took a bunch of just kind of trash players, but that's okay. I'm happy with these 3 picks. Those are some crazy good picks. Best player in the class was obviously Zach Gore at 83 overall. Kyle Phillips, I knew he was going to be pretty good. He's an 81. Jeremy McLeod ends up being a 78. All right, I'm totally cool with that. I am totally cool with that. Wait, I need to go back to that. Did I see? I thought I saw something pretty crazy here. Hold on, let me go back to the NFL. Oh, okay. I saw this. I went super quick. I thought the Falcons just drafted another guy named Vic. I was gonna flip out a little bit, but it was Tampa. Tampa drafted him. All right, headed into season number 6 as now the defending Super Bowl champions. You love to say that. We will generate the best lineup, and it looks like Brock Bowers now X Factor. Drake May's now superstar. Oh, it's happening. Romeo Dobbs is superstar now as well. It's all happening, boys. It's all happening. DeJuan Jones moves over to left tackle, and Larry Fitzgerald moves up to right tackle now that Okorafor is gone. Unfortunately, no other receivers move up in development traits at all, but the crucial one is Drake May getting up to superstar. And then defensively, Michael Givens start. Oh, it was Newton. How did I forget Newton? We knew that Marte Mapu was a superstar. He goes up. Robinson is superstar. Did I know that? I think I did. I think no, maybe I don't remember having another linebacker that was superstar. This is AJ Robinson, the guy that we took last year. I am a drafting god. Wow, I'm so good. Zach Gore will start at linebacker number 1. Then Corbett, Uche, and Robinson will be next to him. Then you've got yourself a great defensive line, especially now with Givens starting. Great cornerback room, and now Sessions, our first-round pick, will be in the mix a little bit here. I mean, this team just got even better. Adding Zach Gore to the team, this team is unbelievable. Dare I say Dynasty? Dare I say back-to-back champs? It's possible, but we'll have to find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, please. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.